Hello friends, my name is Mayank and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm picking up exactly where we left in my last video. I'll guide you through a full AI engineering interview preparation roadmap. This deck covers 15 interview questions across 16 sections, which is prompt engineering, RAG architecture, LangGraph and agentic AI, banking AI domain knowledge, technical deep dives, and behavioral questions. Every question and answers follow the star formats. What is star format? A star is situation, task, action, results with real matrices and outcome that you can adapt to your experience. Whether you are preparing for an AI engineer, RAG specialist, or LLM developer, this guide this guide will give you a solid foundation. So let's move to the question number 8, which we from where we left last time. We are into section 3, LangGraph and agentic AI. Question 8, what is LangGraph and how does it differ from basic LangChain? Look at the diagram on the right on the slide. LangChain chains are linear. Input flows through a fixed sequence of steps, whereas LangGraph introduces a straight stateful graph with nodes and conditional edges. This means you can loop, branch, and retry based on the output of each step. The example I always give: re- retrieve a document, evaluate its quality. If quality is low, re-retrieve with different query. If quality is high, generate an answer. Validate the answer. If invalidate, retry generation output the final result. You simply cannot express the loop in a basic chain. You need LangGraph. LangGraph also maintains persistent state across the entire graph execution, critical for multi-turn conversational and long running workflow in banking AI. Question 9 on this slides covers CrewAI. I built a 3 agent pipeline using CrewAI for a knowledge management use case. A researcher agent retrieve relevant documents. A critic agent evaluate those documents for relevance and flag gaps. A writer agent synthesize the final structure response. CrewAI manage all the inter-agent communication and task hand off automatically. This results 35% of higher answer quality on complex multi-document queries compared to single agent RAG without automatic gap detection preventing confident wrong answer. And yes, I am Crew AI certified, badged on my LinkedIn. Now we are in section 4, banking and financial services AI domain knowledge. This is where your domain experience becomes your strongest differentiator. Question 10, What specific challenges does banking and financial service AI face that general AI does not? There are five unique challenges you must know and told and and you have basically faced. One short one, zero hallucination tolerance in general AI. A hallucination answer might be mildly wrong. In banking, a wrong figure can cause a regulatory breach or a direct financial loss. The bar is completely different. To regulatory compliance, every output must be traceable and auditable. Regulators, like in Hong Kong, there is a Hong Kong HKMA, like HKMA in Hong Kong, MAS in Singapore, and SEC in US, require that AI generated output can be fully explained and reproduced. You can't just trust the model. 3. Structured data in unstructured documents. Earning reports, prospects, and loan contracts all mix tables, footage, footnotes, narratives, text, and standard chunking figures. Standard chunking strategies break when the tables span pages or notes reference earlier sections. 4. Temporal sensitivity. Revenue in quarter 3 2024 and revenue in quarter 1 2025 are different facts. Your retrieval system must use metadata filtering by date to ensure it never confuse historical data with current data. 5. Domain vocabulary. Terms like net interest margin, Tier 1 capital ratio, and AUM. Those who don't know, asset under management. If your embedding model doesn't understand these terms, your retrieval quality degrades significantly. My approach to all five: strict pedantic output validation, source citation, enforced at the prompt level, metadata tag chunking by date and entity, and domain fine tune embedding where possible. Let's move to next question. Now we are in section 5, technical deep dives. These questions separate candidates who understand AI architectures from those who have just used the APIs. Question number 11. What is the difference between tuning and RAG? And when would you choose each? Look at the table on the left of this slide. RAG retrieves external knowledge at query time. The base model says unchanged. Fine tuning permanently adapts the model weight using domain specific data. RAG is better choice when knowledge changes frequently, new documents, new regulation, prices for new prices. When you need source citation and full auditability, when budget is limited because fine tuning runs are expensive, and when your knowledge is base is large because RAG scales better. Fine tuning is better choice when you need the model to consistently adopt a specific output format or writing style when domain vocabulary is completely fixed and won't change. When latency is critical and you cannot afford the retrieval step overhead, or when you genuinely need the model to reason differently, not just know more fact. In most enterprise production scenarios, default the rack first. Question number 12. How do you manage the LLM cost at scale? 5 layers, model tiering, route simple queries to GPT-4 model, reserve GPT-4 of 5 for complex reason. This alone cuts the cost by 60 to 80%. Prompt comparisons with LLM Lingua, semantic caching with GPT cache, so similar queries reuse stored responses. Optimize chunk size to reduce token in the context, and async patching for non-urgent queries. Combined model tiering and semantic caching reduce per query LLM cost by 65% in high volume production deployment without any accuracy loss. So let's move to next slide. Section 6, behavioral questions. These are just as important as technical ones. Hiring managers want to see how do you handle real situation, not just whiteboard problems. Question 13. Tell me about a time a rack system you built failed in the production. Be direct. Don't hide from this question. Everyone who has built production rack has had failures. Here is the story. A rack system started returning incorrect data after a batch of new document was ingested with different formatting style. I ran a rigorous evaluation pipeline immediately. And crucially, I identify it was a retrieval failure, not a prompt failure. The new document used European decimal commas, which our chunking logic treated as sentence boundaries breaking numerical context completely. The fix. I added a pre-processing normalization steps, re-ingested the affected documents, and added a regression test to a to the golden data set, so this format would be caught automatically in future. System restored in 4 hours. Zero users facing incidents. After that regression test has got two similar issues since. Question 14. Hybrid work. The answer is structure and radical transparency. Weekly syncs, daily syncs, updates on stack, full documentation in Confluence so the client can see progress even when you are not in on a call. Use the on-site weeks or to work for workshops and alignment meeting and genuinely benefit from in-person presence. Question question number 15. Staying current these three habits. Daily reading. Arxiv, Hugging Face blog, LangChain release notes all saved a Notion. Second Brain, active building of 106 GitHub repos and 827 contribution, because reading about RAG is not the same as debugging it at midnight. And certifications are forcing functions for structured learning. Before we wrap up, let's cover the 5 smart questions you should ask interviewer at the end. Never skip this part. Not asking questions signals disinterest, or worse. That's that you don't think at strategic level. So let's go through the questions. Question number 1: what does the AI data landscape look like currently? Are we working with structured data, unstructured document, or both? And what LLM infrastructure is already in place? This shows you think about about structure before writing a single line of code. Question number 2: what does success look like for this role in the first 90 days? Is there a specific AI use case you need to deliver, or is this a broader enablement mandate? This shows you are result oriented and you want deliver impact, not just show up. Question number 3: what are the biggest accuracy or compliance concern with the AI use cases you are targeting? How important is auditability of LLM outputs? This question impresses banking and financial services clients, because compliance is always their as one number one anxiety. Question number 4: will I be working alongside a existing AI team, or am I the primary AI resource on this engagement? Practically and important, tells you exactly what you what your support structure looks like and where you will need to lead independently. Question number 5: is there any opportunity to expand the engagement scope over time as AI program matures? This plants the seeds for growth and future opportunity without mentioning money or contract terms directly. Ask two or three of these, listen carefully to the answer. They will tell you a lot about the client culture and what the role really involves. Last but not the least, let's talk about the numbers you absolutely must have memorized before you walk into the interview. These are the not real number, it's up to you in as per your projects or as per your work. You can move these numbers up and down. These matrices are your credibility. When you drop specific number into your answer, you go from sounding like someone who understand AI concepts to someone who actually shipped AI production AI projects. 65% retrieval time reduction. This is your flagship RAG outcome. Lead with this when talking about the end-to-end systems. 70% hallucination reduction. This comes when This comes from the prompt engineering section, the pedantic validation layer. 95% output consistency before before structure prompting it was 60%, after over 95% across 500 plus test documents. 40% rag accuracy improvement after implement the RAG's evaluation pipeline. 50,000 plus documents processed. This is the scale of RAG system. Use this to establish that you have built for real volume, not toy data set. 500 plus golden test cases. This shows you look evaluation seriously. 75% adoption of in 6 weeks. This is your AI enablement metric. Great for questions about stakeholder adoption. And 827 GitHub contribution. This is a signal to any technical interviewer that you are an active builder, not just a talker. Don't read these like a list in your question in your interview. Wave them naturally into your answers. In our production deployment, we were processing 50,000 plus documents and saw a 65% reduction in retrieval time. That's how you use them. This is the GitHub repo, which in which I have documented all questions along with code snippet answers and how to set up this, how to do, how you have to run. All these things are there in this documentation. I have documented each and every questions with the step-by-step explanation. So, and also explain how each questions executes that answers for these questions. The code example. So if you'll see, I have also documented. You can go through step-by-step guide in this. This is the file. It is directly linked. You can directly open that file. This is the code. You have to use Visual Studio or Cursor or Claude, whatever you, if you want to help for the AI as well. And also if I'll go and I'll step by step guides, you can go to step by step guide. So each steps I'll have that it's aligned with our files, Python file. So I have that questions and then answers, and what it is doing this line to this line, from line 1 to 25, what the code is doing, it is also explained. So by this way you will know what is actually is implemented and answers how that implemented of all these answers. So I have implemented all these in 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 a way that you can understand by line questions and answers. So I hope this will help you understanding in more detail about this, not only a theoretical but a practical things. You can clone this repository and can go through each steps and run that. And if there are difficulties, you can take help from the cursor AI or any copilot, Claude or Visual Studio, cursor, any copilot which can help you. This will, and I am not suggesting you to wait for my answer. You can raise your questions to comment in the comments and I can try to answer you. But I'll better, it is better for you as well not to wait. Just go and use those co-pilots and to get the answers immediately. So I hope this will help you. Thank you. And that's wrap up on the complete AI engineering interview preparation. Let me leave you with this. You have delivered production rack at scale 500, 550,000 documents, 65% retrieval improvement, zero hallucination in the production. The person interviewing you in the most cases has not done yet. You walk in as an expert, own that. Four things to remember on the interview day. Use star format for every behavioral questions. Situation, task, action, results. Cite your metric naturally. Don't recite them like a list. Wave them into your answers. Ask two or three smart questions and send personalized thank you email within 2 hours of the call ending. Mention one specific things from the conversation. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more content on AI engineering, rack system, LangGraph, MCP, and interview questions preparations. My name is Mayank Chuk. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Please share, please like, share, and subscribe. Good luck with your interview. Thank you once again.